Hi, intrepid viewers. For any new viewers, I'm Dr. Lena Rodriguez, sociologist from Australia, and I've spent the last 6 years commenting on American politics. But I think this week it's reached a new pinnacle of madness, right? Because since we last spoke, the USA has morphed from a modern country into some demented dystopian Gilead. And democracies rest on certain key elements, one of which is a good public education system. Well, if Oklahoma has its way and the others, that's going to be people reciting every day the Ten Commandments. No other religions will be tolerated. No, even nuance from the Bible itself will be tolerated. We're talking Old Testament here. But also, a democratic state needs an independent media. Well, we're all struggling, including Australia in this. Most big media outlets are owned by massively powerful individuals or corporations, so that's at risk. But in the USA now, the independent judiciary, the Supreme Court, which is meant to be a bringing together of the greatest legal minds in the country to soar above, partisan squabbles and to rule justly and fairly in the interests of all, well, that's just been washed down the road in their recent ruling, which was predicted here and in many other places. So what they said essentially was it was covered as partial immunity. Well, it's more immunity than partial, to be frank, because what they've done, I mean, cleverly, if you want to see the Middle Ages return and women back in their place, chained to their serf-like husbands, it's this bizarre turning back of time, and they have made it so complicated for any judge like Tanya Chutkan, the first experiment, to decide what is private and what is public, what is protected by executive privilege, what is a private act. And in the fine print, it says you cannot go to the motive of the person. That's the foundation of all legal arguments, the motive. It's actually insane. And if it was coming out of a developing country, it would be derided internationally and seen in need of legal repair to bring it in line with modern democracies. It is so out of touch, but do not fear, do not panic. That's what is wanted. Okay, so I'm going to use the word they, the nebulous they. Who is they? Well, it's the Heritage Foundation. It's MAGAs, it's the ultra right wing, it's the white supremacists. What they want is for you, as a thinking person with a brain and a heart, to feel exhausted, to feel paralyzed, and to feel like you can't do anything. That is their game. So please take strength from each other as well, and don't give it to them. There's a very important election to get ready for. So because so much has happened in the last few days, I'm going to go general and read on what's going to happen in July. Look, let's hope it's peaked in June. Now, for those of you who want to know what I thought about the debate and stuff, I have been doing back-to-back collaborations in these last few days, and I've just done one with Deanne Shieldmaiden, my ex-student. I'm so proud of her. Together with Celtic Sheila. We didn't use cards much. We had a rave about this stuff. But also I was on Sunday night with Johnny and Jen Lynn and Becca. So there's been lots of collaborations since the debate. But let's have a look now. I know I'm a bit manic, sorry. It's been full on. It's been absolutely full on. All right, the first week of July. Oops, what fell out? Sorry. News you may not want. Oh, well, we can't hide under a rock. We've got to look at what's being said here. So this is week 1 of July. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Let me show you. Oh, all right. So the cards that came out, 1, 2, 3. Out of 5 cards, 3 are major arcana. And if you're not familiar with tarot, there's 22 major arcana. They are the big guns of the cards. They're things that affect everybody. And the other 56 cards are about the fine print. So it started with quite a modest card. And this could be people's reaction to being bombarded with these different rulings in the last few days. And the debate itself, of course, was very emotional. But look at these two, Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. Now, let's look at Judgment. Okay, so the Judgment is the angel waking people up with his trumpet, people rising up literally out of coffins. And it's not that it's vampires rising from the dead, it's people waking up. Okay, not a minute too soon. Love that. Now, why is this awakening on the cut? This is the first week of July, right now, okay? We are going through a karmic time in history. But this figure is the wheel is turning upwards. If people wake up and be counted, the wheel will continue to offer a quality of life, and things can actually improve, not just limp along, can actually improve in the big picture. But it requires people, so maybe take the buds out and listen to the trumpet call. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but you get the drift. Maybe with these actions, people who have relatives, partners, work colleagues in red states in Magaville, maybe there's a bit of a pickup. I don't think we're through with the news yet. Page of Cups, fish leaping out of the cup would be a bit of a surprise. So this is the harbinger of surprise news that has been kept under wraps. Now, with this moon card, and I could spend 3 days boring you to death just talking about interpretations of the moon card. Very complex card. But here, it's about reconciling the forces and energies. There's a wild dog and a domesticated dog. And it's like, I'm going to go out on a limb here. It's like this lopsided Supreme Court is like a wild dog. It's like they're racing against the clock. Where's the wheel of the wheel of clock? The wheel of fortune represents time passing. It's time for a change. It's time for action. We use the word time all the time, okay? But which way is the wheel going to go? So they are packing things in because even the corrupt members of the Supreme Court, entertainment purposes only, YouTube, but we know without an ethics committee what people do. Not everyone, but some significant members who have been in the Supreme Court for a very long time. So it's the darkness and the light. This is an eclipse, okay? So the message today, first week of July, see the pathway on the water. An eclipse is a portal. Guys, lift your energy to the higher energy and don't get stuck with, because this can be the card of mental health too. You guys have been under tremendous pressure for the last 5 or 6 years. It's really important to look after your own mental health and follow the path. I sincerely believe there are more sane, sentient, on the ball Americans than the other side. But people have to vote. Please don't leave it to everyone else. Okay, I'm putting those cards back. We're going to have a look now at week 2 of July. Oh, God, it's hectic, isn't it? Oh. Week 2 of July. Here we go. Oh, wow. Well, more juggling and balancing. I think this is, in a way, it's talking to everyone. See how this guy is juggling on an uneven surface and there's waves. So we all have to keep the balls in the air during this time. The Emperor is my card for the Yeti. Now, the Empress can be many things, a bit like the Moon card, complicated card. It can be women's energy countering him, but it can also be Mother Russia. Remember, the planes have been parked side by side, and we just got that news that there could be surprise news. I think that we're going to hear something about the Yeti and Russia yet again. We all know for the MAGA files, it's not going to move the dial, but they are only about 25% of the population. Please don't let them be more. I think we're going to hear revelations. This will be a burden to him, even though he shrugs off just about everything, right? Not called the Teflon Don for nothing. But everyone's luck runs out in the end. And it's like, this is the card of the burden. But what I'm happy to report at the end of week 2, Best of America card. Best of America. Well, that's overdue, isn't it? No, this is fabulous and a bit of light relief. It might be, I don't know, could it be people protesting the Supreme Court behaviour? Could it be something? Look, oh my God. I think the right has got away with so much in the last few years because people are working hard, they're exhausted. You often hear people say, oh, they're as bad as each other. Let me just say right here, right now, that is not true. They're as bad as each other does not cut it. One is very much worse, right? So, but I think, you know, in the aftermath of the debate, and everyone was saying, oh, the Dems have to get someone else. I think in a way that had to happen and had to be said. But it's like the collective, we'll see in 5 weeks at the convention. But it's like then the tone completely changed in the next few days. And many people have said words to the effect, I would rather vote for an old man than a racist, sexist, xenophobic felon. I think people are sort of, you know, coming to that conclusion. It might not be ideal. Okay, week 3. Sorry, I digress. If you're a regular viewer, you will know that. Okay, week 3. hold on to your hats, you know. Oh, she's come back. All right. Now, let's go to the second card first. 8 of Pentacles, the Apprentice card. It's like the universe is having a little laugh on the Apprentice, but in all seriousness, people getting better at something. The first card was the High Priestess, and she's highly skilled at keeping things hidden. And I think this message is people are getting much better at understanding the hidden agenda. And not a minute too soon. Not a minute too soon. Then we have the very nice Star card, which is the key words that go with the Star card: inspiration and hope. Then there's the 9 of Pentacles. I think, are we in week 3? I hope so, or I've lost track here. Week 3, it settles a bit. Things settle a bit at the end of week 3, but confusion, delusion, illusion. At the end of week 3, we have to be a little bit careful again, because where's our High Priestess? Certain things were hidden, then they get revealed, but it gets a bit fuzzy. And I'm sure if you follow the astrologers, it'll be an aspect like Neptune or something that can be a bit mysterious, or Pisces, watery energy coming in here. It's hard to get a grasp on what is happening. Okay. But this is the card du jour. Keep your focus on the star. Okay, I'll put those back. And we're moving on to week 4, July. And then I'll just pull a couple of cards for you guys in the collective. Okay, the last week of July. So we have Russian revelations. We've also got weather to consider. I'm not reading specifically on weather at the moment, but it is July. So be prepared for anything. Anything, you know, floods, fires, earthquakes, anything. Be prepared. Okay, week 4. All righty. We've got the Queen of Cups. Yeah, this used to be my Princess Diana card back in the day. This is female energy big time. I think by the end of July, we have 2 10s here, which make me happy. Remember, the Yeti just got this before, but this is slightly different now. 10s are the end of a cycle in tarot. Now, it's coming to the top of the hill and putting the burden down. 10 of Swords, quite visually confronting. You think, oh, I really wouldn't want to be that person. Don't worry, the message of the 10 of Swords is, you know what? They've done their best and they can't hurt you anymore. The Phoenix rising. I think this is women looking at these various appalling, backward-looking, destructive laws and going, you know what? No more, no more. I think with this can be the card of compromise. It's also about being underappreciated, under-recognized. Right, this woman who's bussing the table, she's going, "Oh, you're not seeing me. You know, I'm the one doing the work. I'm the one serving you, and you're not really seeing me." And I think this is what this is about. And I think they're underestimating the women. Knight of Cups, I'm thrilled. Look, this is mother, this is the son. Now, we can't get too caught up in gender in modern tarot, but I think this is all symbolic. I think this is women's energy. And if men are brought up by good, strong, compassionate, kind women, they become good partners. They become good fathers. They become good uncles. This is about the best of male energy, young male energy, with the mother energy. I kind of love that a lot. Okay, so as you're digesting that, I'll pull a few cards for you. So this is advice from the universe, how to handle these crazy times. We are in such crazy times. Okay, so let's have a look here. Look. This is for you guys. This is for you guys. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? What is helpful to you? Mm-hmm. Oh, I might cry. Oh, well, well, celebrate with each other. You can actually be more powerful being happy in your own life and celebrating with others. These people hate nothing more than for you to be happy and joyous. They want you to be ground down and depressed and feeling hopeless. This is the antithesis of it. So if you're feeling overwhelmed at the moment, and God knows we're all mortal, someone says, do you want to go out on Wednesday or Friday or Saturday? And you were just about to say no, say yes. If you haven't seen your friends for a while because of everyone's busy, organize something, a little get together. This is the magic of getting together. It builds energy. I'm just so ecstatic. And then you can act. Then you reclaim your power. If you can laugh in their face, dance your rebellion, that is the solid action. Oh my God. And trust in the angels, trust in light, trust in yourself as a light warrior, and let sanity prevail. This is the beautiful balanced card of temperance. These people I was talking about are so out there. They're so poisonous to other people. This is the beautiful energy of being nice to each other. Love that. I'll leave on a high. Bye, guys. Ciao, ciao.